Hi everyone, welcome to 8th standard. This is your first language English class. We'll start with the poem Benjamin Jones Goes Swimming. This poem Benjamin Jones Goes Swimming is written by Aileen Fischer. Aileen Fischer is the poet of the poem Benjamin Jones Goes Swimming. So children, now you are able to see the picture of the poetess Aileen Fischer. Aileen Fischer's full name is Aileen Lucia Fischer. She was born in 1906 and she died in the year 2002. She was born on September 9th, 1906 in Iron River, Michigan. She received a bachelor degree in journalism from the University of Michigan in 1927. So she was born in 6. In the span of 21 years, she received her bachelor degree from the University of Michigan and she became the director of the Women's National Journalist in 1928. So as soon as she completed her degree, she became the director of Women's National Journalist in just a single year. She was an American writer of more than 100 books for children. Just imagine, more than 100 books, especially for children, she had written. She thought of herself primarily as a poet and her poems are frequently used in textbooks. So even one of her poem, that is Benjamin Jones Goes Swimming, is in your book also. So in 1978, she won the National Council of Teachers of English Award for Excellence in Poetry for Children. She died in the year 2002, as I already told you. That is on the December 2nd in Boulder, Colorado. Now children, you have a slide of the complete poem Benjamin Jones Goes Swimming here. I'll read out the complete poem. Just go through line by line. Benjamin Jones in confident tones told his wife on the 4th of July, "I think I'll compete in the free-for-all meet. I bet I can win if I try." But his wife said, "My word, how very absurd. You haven't gone swimming for years. With others so fast, you're sure to be last, and I'll blush to the tip of my ears." Well, the 4th quickly came, and waiting acclaim were wonderful swimmers galore, each poised in his place for the start of the race, while spectators crowded the shore. The contest began, and Benji, poor man, was passed on the left and the right. His pace was so slow that a crab saw his toe and thought it would venture a bite. Ben noticed the crab as it started to grab, and perhaps the result came be guessed. The thought of his toe in the claw of his foe made him swim like a swimmer possessed. And the crowd on the shore sent up a great roar as Ben took the lead in the dash, while his wife on the dock received such a shock she fell in the lake with a splash. Written by Aileen Fischer. The first stanza is your children. The 4 lines of the first stanza will be read once again. Benjamin Jones, in confident tones, told his wife on the 4th of July, "I think I'll compete in the free-for-all meet. I bet I can win if I try." When I'm giving an explanation of the first stanza, please go through the meanings which are given to the right side, but do not go to the brief summary until I completely tell the meaning of it. Okay, children? Now, here the man named Benjamin Jones is not a true younger man. He is a little older once. So he goes to his wife and he says with a very confident tones. That is, what is the meaning of confident here? Confident means in a very sure way or in a very firm way. He goes and tells to his wife that on the 4th of July, that is 4th of July, July 4th, he will be going and competing in a free-for-all meet. What is free-for-all meet? The meaning is given. Anyone can participate. There is no age group bar over there. There is no age bar and all. Anybody of any age can go and participate. What meet is this, ma'am? As you can see in the poem, the main poem's name itself says Benjamin Jones Goes Swimming. So this is a meet, that is a swimming meet here. So he'll tell his wife, 4th of July, I will go and compete in the free-for-all meet, swimming meet. And he also gives a assurance to her. He says, I bet I can win if I try. I bet. Bet means here it is assure. He is assuring to his wife, saying that if I go there and participate, for sure I am going to win this game. I mean, win this meet, he says. I hope you understood. Now, here you have rhyming words, John's, tones, compete, meet. Coming to your second stanza, I'll again repeat the 4 lines. But his wife said, my word, how very absurd. You haven't gone swimming for years. With others so fast, you're sure to be last. And I'll blush to the tip of my ears. So, as soon as such kind of a news was heard by her, she says to her husband, my word. What is this, my word, children? See, when there is any kind of an expression that you are going to give, when you are very surprised, you say, oh my God. In the same way, here it's an expression, here a surprise kind of an expression it is that she is giving through the words, my word. How very absurd. What is absurd, children? Here the meaning is given, foolish. Absurd means foolish. She says, oh my God, that is, oh word, oh my word. How very foolish you are. How can you be so foolish? You haven't gone swimming for years. You being an old man now, I have not seen you swimming from so many years. You might be a good swimmer, but you didn't practice for so many years. How do you do this then? With others so fast, you are sure to be last. She says, when all others are very fast in swimming, I'm sure you will be in the last. So please, don't think of even going and participating, she says. I'll blush to the tip of my ears. What is I'll blush to the tip of my ears? Will she smile to such an extent that her mouth touches her ears? No, children. It's a way of telling how she feels shameful when everybody are swimming so fast and her husband is completely in the last, and the crowd will not cheer to her husband. Neither she can cheer her husband when such kind of a situation takes place. So she is expressing her way of feeling very shameful or feeling very shy when such incident happen, when he is very last, when all others are very fast. So to express that, she says this sentence saying, I'll blush to the tip of my ears. Understood, children? So now in this stanza you have rhyming words, fast, last, absurd, word. Third stanza. Well, the 4th quickly came, and waiting acclaim were wonderful swimmers galore, each poised in his place for the start of the race, while spectators crowded the shore. The meaning is, the 4th quickly came, that is the 4th of July quickly came, and the waiting was over now. There was no wait for it. The day has arrived. Acclaim were wonderful swimmers galore. What is the meaning of acclaim that I have given you, children? Praise. And what is the meaning of galore? Galore is in large numbers. The meaning of this line, acclaim were wonderful swimmers galore, means praisable wonderful swimmers were in large numbers. So the competition date has arrived, and many praisable wonderful swimmers were in large numbers standing there. How are they standing? Each poised in his place for the start of the race. They have stood very readily. Poised means stood ready. So they're readily standing over there for the race to begin, while spectators crowded the shore. Say, for example, there is a swimming competition that is happening. The one who supports us is the audience. So, here also, the spectators are nothing but onlookers, audience, crowd or public, whatever meaning that you want, you can choose from it. So, these spectators were crowded on the shore to support the one they want to win. The rhyming words here in this stanza is came, acclaim, galore, shore, place, race. Fourth stanza. The contest began, and Benji, poor man, was passed on the left and the right. His pace was so slow that a crab saw his toe and thought it would venture a bite. So children, the contest began. What contest is that? The swimming competition has now begun. All the competitors are now swimming. Along with them, even Benji is swimming. Benji means who is this Benji in this fourth stanza now? The Benji is nothing but in a nickname manner, the Benjamin is called Benji in the fourth stanza. So this man, poor man, why is he called? Because many days over, he never had the practice of swimming. Now he has come to the swimming competition. So he is going very slowly. He is passing to his left and to his right. His pace was so slow that a crab saw his toe. His pace means what? Space meaning I have given, it is speed. His speed was so slow that the crab also could see his toe over there going very smoothly, softly, very slowly in the water, and thought it would venture a bite. What is this venture, children? Venture is nothing but try to bite. So it thought, now I have got a very nice prey. Prey is nothing but very nice thing to eat. So let me go and catch hold of it. That is, let me go and grab it, thought, and it went near the man's leg to have a bite. So here the rhyming words are began man, slow toe, bite right. Fifth stanza. Ben noticed the crab as it started to grab, and perhaps the result can be guessed. The thought of his toe in the claw of his foe made him swim like a swimmer possessed. So again, Benjamin is again called as Ben in the fifth stanza here. Ben actually, when he was swimming, he noticed the crab had actually started to come close to his toe. So here the grab meaning was given in the last slide itself. To catch hold of is the meaning of grab. So he saw the crab coming very near to grab his toe, and perhaps the result can be guessed. So now when you imagine a man going very slowly swimming in the water, there is a crab coming very close to his toe to have a bite. What will he do? His speed will increase. Yes or no? In the same way, now you can guess the result. The one who was going very slow in the water will speed up. Yes or no? The same thing happened. The result was he became very cautious now. He started to swim very fast. The thought of his toe in the claw of his foe. So what is this? What is the meaning of foe here, children? I have given enemy. So the thought that came to his mind, his toe being in the claw. Claw is nothing but a leg. I mean, the crab will have a very sharp legs or something. So with that, he got a thought, what will I do if the crab catch hold of my toe? So he imagined crab to be his enemy here. So he thought, this thought made him swim like a swimmer possessed. Like a swimmer possessed is nothing but extraordinarily, he with a very good spirit of swimmer, he will start swimming now. As I told you in before itself, when you are in the same place, when you are swimming very calmly in the water, when there is a crab coming very near to you, what will you do? You will speed up your swimming. In the same way, even Benjamin, when he had this thought that in the claws of the enemy, that is in the claws of his enemy crab, if his toes are caught, what will I do? He thought, and he started to move very extraordinarily. He started to swim with a great spirit, is the meaning of this stanza, children. Now the rhyming words here is crab grab, guest possessed, toe foe. Hope. Last stanza, children. And the crowd on the shore sent up a great roar as Ben took the lead in the dash. While his wife on the dock received such a shock, she fell in the lake with a splash. So, in the fifth stanza, children, we could see he was swimming very slowly, and the time he saw the crab was coming very close to him and it was about to bite his toe, that thought made him swim very fast. So now when he was swimming very fast, he kept everyone behind him and he was in the leading position. So at that time, the crowd which was on the shore sent up a great roar. Sent up a great roar is they started screaming and they started cheering. They started to call Ben, Ben, Ben. You do the same thing, no? When your friend is about to win, you will start screaming his name. Same thing happened in the shore again. As Ben took the lead in the dash is nothing but contest. When he started to take the lead in that particular competition, the complete shore started to scream his name, started to cheer, calling his name. At that time, what happened to his wife is, the wife on the dock received such a shock. She received a shock, yes or no? The one who did not do practice at all, now who was almost behind everyone, has taken a lead. This brought a great shock to that lady, and she fell in the lake with a splash. A sound came as soon as she fell on the water with a splash. This actually brings a great laughter, children, to everyone I know. So this complete poem is something like an expression of laughter in the end. The climax is so beautiful that in the beginning she was in a very angry mood. Yes or no? When he says, I want to go and participate, she felt she may feel shy or she may feel embarrassed seeing him being behind everyone. But now in the last, when he took the lead, because what is the reason, that's different, but when he took the lead, it was a great shock to her, and the climax is she falls in the water. And this is a great laughter that we can see, and the rhyming words here are shore, roar, dock, shock, dash, splash. So children, after going through this particular poem, you may get a moral, yes or no? You may feel there is something nice about this. What is it? Let's go to the next slide and get to know about it. So I said there is a model that comes to your mind, to my mind too. So I would like to conclude it this way. This poem taught us that if we make up our mind for something or decide, then nothing can stop us, not even our age. Yes or no, children? In any age you can achieve anything. So after going through this poem, it might be a laughter come, a good treat to your ears or whatever presently. If you imagine, it's a good treat to your mind. If you hear it from my mouth, it's a good treat to your ears. But what I say is, after reading this complete poem or after listening to this complete poem from me, you may also feel, if we make up our mind to do something or decide I have to do this, then miracles happen, children. You can do anything. Nothing can stop you. Say, if I want to pass some exam in this age or after 50 years, I can do it if I make my mind. Yes or no? In the same way it goes to you, children. Make up your mind to do something and you will end up doing the great of what you have thought. So you have gone through the model that I told you. Don't forget to complete your assignment which is given here. Go through the meanings that was given in each and every stanza, beside each and every stanza. Answer them all and keep it with you. Keep it ready. You can glance them anytime that you want. And for this, it will not end. Keep revising each and every chapter that we send to you without fail. And thank you, children. Have a great day.